Texas was supposed to be the safe bet, a promised land of no state income tax, endless land, and booming job markets. But in 2025, that comforting myth is being violently shattered. From the glitzy towers of Austin to the suburbs of Dallas, the Lone Star State is witnessing a brutal real estate reversal. And not every city is built to weather the storm. Inventory is ballooning, price cuts are spreading, and investor enthusiasm, it's vanished. In this video, we reveal the top 10 worst cities to buy a house in Texas in 2025. Cities where the market is softening fast, risk is rising, and that so-called Texas dream, it might cost you more than you think. This isn't just a wake-up call. It's a full-on unraveling. So if you're buying, selling, or even just watching from the sidelines, you need to see what's happening here. Because what's unfolding here could ripple across the entire nation. And if you care about staying ahead of the curve, hit that subscribe button now. We track the markets others won't, and what's coming next will shock you. Let's begin.
Number 10, Dallas. Kicking off our countdown at number 10, Dallas, the economic crown jewel of North Texas, a symbol of relentless corporate relocations and a seemingly endless economic boom. But in 2025, that dream is shifting into something else, something far less stable. Home prices are no longer climbing. In fact, they're slipping. Inventory has exploded across the metro. Agents report listings languishing for 60 to 120 days, often with multiple price cuts, $30,000, $50,000, sometimes more just to generate traffic. The once red-hot outer suburbs are now tragically oversupplied and overlooked. Remote workers that once flocked here, many have paused or relocated. And confidence? It's quietly evaporating. If you're finding this crucial information for understanding Texas's market shifts, please gently hit that subscribe button to discover the nation. Your support powers our in-depth investigations. Sellers are getting anxious. Buyers are holding out, waiting for the next drop. And developers, they're feeling the sting too. This isn't a soft landing. This is a slow unraveling, one that could accelerate without warning. Dallas, a market that once outpaced the rest of the nation, is now deep in correction territory. And with affordability stretched, interest rates high, and economic uncertainty looming, recovery won't be quick. The Big D may still shine on the surface, but in 2025, the cracks are getting louder.
Number 9, Corpus Christi. Our next ominous signal at number 9 is Corpus Christi. Postcard views, Gulf Coast sunsets, and homes just steps from the shore. At first glance, Corpus Christi feels like a dream. But in 2025, that dream is slipping. And this coastal city is facing a perfect storm of risk that makes it one of the worst places to buy a house in Texas. One of the biggest culprits is skyrocketing insurance premiums. Following back-to-back tropical threats, flood insurance premiums have gone through the roof. Some waterfront homes now require $5,000 to $7,000 in annual insurance costs, if they're even eligible for coverage. And that's only the beginning. Home values along the coast have dipped sharply. Buyers are backing off. Meanwhile, the broader economy is stalling. Beyond the port and refinery jobs, opportunities are limited. Young professionals are relocating inland, to Austin, to San Antonio, leaving Corpus with an aging market and fewer qualified buyers. And don't forget, maintenance on coastal homes is brutal. Erosion, humidity, storm prep, mold. The hidden costs stack up fast. Investors are quietly leaving, retirees are rethinking the dream, and new development has slowed to a crawl. Corpus Christi is still beautiful, but in 2025, beauty comes with a heavy cost. If you're not prepared, the financial undertow could drag you under. Number 8, Lubbock. At number 8, we turn our urgent attention to Lubbock. Lubbock, Texas, a college town in the heart of the High Plains, known for Texas Tech, affordable homes, and that wide-open West Texas sky.
But in 2025, what once felt like a hidden gem is turning into a market that's quietly unraveling, making it a dangerous place to buy a home. Between 2021 and 2023, developers raced to meet anticipated demand, rolling out rows of new builds, duplexes, starter homes, and subdivisions. But that demand never fully materialized. Population growth stagnated, mortgage rates surged, and now Lubbock is facing an oversupply problem few saw coming. Inventory is climbing, homes are sitting longer, some for 90 days or more, and price reductions are becoming the norm. Builders are tossing in closing credits, free upgrades, even appliance packages to move units. But the biggest problem? Economic limits. Outside of education and healthcare, job opportunities are thin. Tech, finance, logistics, industries fueling other Texas markets barely exist here. If you're finding this crucial information for understanding Texas's market shifts, please gently hit that subscribe button to discover the nation. Your support helps us bring you more vital insights like this. And for many first-time buyers, rising monthly payments are simply too steep without wage support. Investors who bought during the pandemic boom are struggling to break even. And appreciation? It's flatlining. Lubbock isn't crashing, but it's drifting downward, slowly but steadily. If you're looking for fast growth or reliable equity, this might not be your market. The ground is shifting, and the promise of affordability is giving way to a new reality of uncertainty and risk.
Number 7. Frisco. Landing at number 7, we examine Frisco. Frisco was once the golden child of DFW, luxury homes, top schools, and endless demand. But in 2025, it's facing a brutal market reversal that is threatening to leave parts of this affluent suburb feeling like a ghost town. Overbuilt neighborhoods are sitting eerily empty. Price cuts are no longer a rarity. They are the new, painful norm. Canceled contracts, failed deals, and desperate incentives are everywhere. Builders are now literally begging for offers with five-figure discounts, and buyers? They've disappeared. The once bustling luxury home market has flatlined. Outer suburbs where new builds were rampant can no longer compete. What once glowed with endless opportunity now feels profoundly overexposed and oversupplied. Behind the glittering facade, cracks are growing deeper. Infrastructure is straining, traffic congestion is at an all-time high, school enrollment is overflowing, and once promised city services are delayed or underfunded. HOA fees are rising, property taxes are spiking, and frustration is boiling beneath the surface. Investor homes are sitting vacant, short-term rental returns have vanished, and buyers who purchased in 2022, many are underwater already, watching their equity evaporate as comps sink across their neighborhood. Frisco still looks polished, but that shine is just surface deep. For buyers chasing appreciation, rental cash flow, or stability, the numbers no longer make sense.
Number 6. Pasadena. Moving to our number 6 spot, Pasadena, Texas. Not the celebrity city in California, but a hard-working suburb southeast of Houston. It's a place that once promised blue-collar affordability with big city proximity. But in 2025, Pasadena has become one of the most risky places to buy a home in the entire Houston metro. Why? One word: flooding. This city sits low, geographically and financially. Many homes are mapped directly into FEMA-designated high-risk flood zones, and after Hurricane Nicholas tested the city's already strained infrastructure, trust in the housing market hasn't recovered. Drainage systems here are aging. Streets flood even during moderate storms. And as climate concerns rise, so do the insurance premiums. Some homeowners are paying over $6,000 a year in flood insurance alone. For first-time buyers, that cost is a deal-breaker. Since mid-2024, home prices in Pasadena have dropped by nearly 9%. New buyers are pulling out, lenders are getting picky, and investors, they're already gone, shifting their capital to higher ground.
If you're gaining valuable perspective on these vulnerable markets and the shifts they're experiencing, please gently hit that subscribe button to discover the nation. Your support powers our in-depth investigations. Even longtime residents are reconsidering their options. What used to be a stepping stone to Houston's housing market is now starting to look like a financial liability. Pasadena isn't just struggling, it's slipping. The ground is shifting, and the promise of affordability is giving way to a new reality of uncertainty and risk.
Number 5. Macallen. Halting our countdown at number 5, we examine Macallen. Macallen has long stood apart from other Texas cities. It's culturally rich, deeply rooted, and known for offering one of the most affordable entry points into homeownership. But in 2025, this southern border city is staring down a harsh economic reality that makes it one of the worst places to buy a house in Texas. Home values have dropped over 10% since their 2023 peak. And it's not just a price dip, it's a demand collapse. Out-of-state investors who once flooded the market have disappeared. New subdivisions were built on speculation, but the buyers never showed up. Now homes sit idle, streets feel half-finished, and the rental yields that once looked promising, they've dried up. Add in stagnant wages, soaring summer utility costs, and a weak healthcare infrastructure, and you've got a market that's not only cooling, it's becoming illiquid. First-time buyers are struggling to qualify. Lenders are tightening credit in the region, and with fewer employers offering upward mobility, buyers are walking away before they ever walk in. Macallen is still rich in community, but real estate? That's another story. And if you're looking for appreciation, stability, or strong resale value in 2025, this city could leave you stranded. The ground is shifting, and the promise of affordability is giving way to a new reality of uncertainty and risk.
Number 4. Fort Worth. At number 4, we turn our urgent attention to Fort Worth. Fort Worth, the cowboy cousin to Dallas. For years, this city thrived in the shadow of its flashier neighbor, riding the wave of migration, development, and red-hot demand. But in 2025, the weight of that growth is finally catching up, and it's showing. Developers went big, too big. Apartment complexes, master-planned suburbs, condo towers, and now they're flooding the market with listings. Supply is everywhere. Demand? Nowhere near enough. The average days on market has doubled since 2022. Price cuts are common, and the once red-hot investor appetite, it's gone cold. Short-term rental profits have vanished. Units that once brought in $2,500 a month are now struggling to get booked. Meanwhile, foreclosure filings are climbing, slowly but steadily, a sign of deeper financial strain. Add in rising crime rates in certain zip codes and the growing uncertainty around property tax assessments, and you've got a city that feels off balance. Fort Worth isn't collapsing, but it's teetering, trying to hold on to an identity while chasing growth that may have outpaced its foundation. For buyers seeking stability or investors hunting reliable returns, this market may be more risk than reward in 2025.
Number 3, El Paso. At number 3, we head to El Paso. El Paso, the far western edge of Texas, where culture runs deep, mountains meet desert, and the border breathes life into the economy. It's one of Texas's most unique cities. But when it comes to real estate in 2025, El Paso is feeling the heat. Inventory has surged more than 60%, and sales volume has dropped sharply across the board. Homes are sitting longer, price reductions are stacking up, and investor money? It's going elsewhere, to Austin suburbs, to hill country towns, to safer bets. Why? Isolation. El Paso is hundreds of miles from every major metro. No Houston, no Dallas, no San Antonio pipeline, and that makes economic growth slow and heavily dependent on federal spending, the military base, and cross-border trade. If you're finding this crucial information for understanding America's collapsing markets, please gently hit that subscribe button to discover the nation. Your support powers our in-depth investigations. Wages haven't kept up with inflation. Construction outpaced true demand. And now many locals are priced out, not because homes are expensive, but because income hasn't moved. The market is stuck, stagnant. And for anyone looking for rapid appreciation,
booming rental yield, or steady buyer turnover, El Paso might leave you stranded in the desert. It's beautiful. It's historic. But in 2025, the housing market is simply out of sync, making it a very risky place to buy a home.
Number 2. Austin. At number 2, we confront the fall of a giant. Austin, Texas, the tech darling, the migration magnet, the pandemic-era gold rush. From 2020 to 2022, this city was untouchable. But in 2025, it's becoming unlivable, at least financially. Home values have dropped by over 15% in many zip codes, and they're still sliding. Entire condo towers sit dark at night, luxury homes are collecting dust, and once overpriced listings are now discounted by 6 figures. What happened? Tech layoffs, Google, Meta, Oracle, all trimmed Austin's staff. Downtown demand has vanished. Commute-heavy suburbs like Leander and Kyle are losing steam fast. Rising property taxes and insurance costs are gutting affordability. And builders? They overshot. Now the market is drowning in oversupply, dragging down prices across the board. Investors have been blindsided. Airbnb restrictions crushed rental profits. High interest rates are freezing first-time buyers, and long-time homeowners are watching their equity shrink, month after month. The city is now grappling with a profound sense of whiplash. Developers are pausing or canceling projects, leaving half-built shells as haunting monuments to a boom that died. The once vibrant streets of East Austin, once a hub for flipping and rapid gentrification, are now noticeably quieter. In the shadow of sleek, modern towers, the signs of a failing real estate market are everywhere. Austin isn't just cooling, it's contracting. And if you're buying here in 2025, you better be doing it for the lifestyle, not the ROI, because the return, it's evaporating.
Number 1. Houston. Topping our list at number 1 is Houston. It's official. Texas's largest city has crashed. Houston, once viewed as one of the most resilient real estate hubs in America, is now the undisputed epicenter of Texas's real estate collapse. In 2025, prices are down nearly 4% year over year, but that number doesn't tell the full story. Inventory is ballooning, listings are flooding the market, and the once frenzied buyer enthusiasm, it's gone cold. The very things that once fueled Houston's meteoric rise, energy jobs, new corporate hubs, and the promise of endless growth are now tragically dragging it down. The oversupply, high property taxes, and soaring insurance costs have collided into a perfect storm. If you're finding this crucial information about market vulnerabilities, please gently hit that subscribe button to discover the nation. Your support powers our vital investigations. Houston's sheer size once gave it confidence. Now, that scale has become a liability, because when a market this massive begins to fall, it doesn't whisper, it roars. Real estate agents are warning of a prolonged downturn. Some say it'll take years to recover. Others fear a deeper crash is still ahead. Houston isn't just cooling, it's contracting. The same city that once symbolized the new American dream is now the clearest example of what happens when growth runs too far, too fast, leaving behind a trail of devastation.
From booming metros to forgotten oil towns, one thing is chillingly clear. The Texas housing market is shifting faster than anyone expected. Prices are falling, inventory is climbing, and confidence, it's cracking across the board. If you're a buyer, proceed with extreme caution. What looks like a deal today might tragically drop further tomorrow. If you're a seller, brace yourself. Longer wait times and deeper price cuts may be your new reality. And if you're an investor, it's time to rethink the playbook. The strategies that worked in 2020 won't work in 2025. These 10 cities are more than just local warnings. They're the early tremors of a statewide housing correction that's unfolding in real time. And make no mistake, not even Texas is immune. Want to stay ahead of the curve?
Want insider-level insight into America's most vulnerable markets? Then don't just watch, take action. Don't forget to like this video, share it with anyone who needs to see this vital information, and of course, hit that subscribe button for more in-depth analyses from Discover the Nation. We'll see you in the next video, because sometimes knowing where not to buy can be the best investment decision of all.